The last week and a half, I've lost my appetite and had headaches and haven't been able to sleep and been feeling sick. And the good news is that I don't have COVID, but the bad news is that the reason is this. This church in Chicago built in 1905, according to what the Preservation Chicago's told me. It's getting smashed, getting flattened over the next week or two, and that's what's making me sick. Because I don't know how this kind of thing is possible. I've been in the building, and it didn't have anything seriously wrong with it. Structure-wise, you can see on the top, the ceilings, the roofing has been failed for maybe 20 years. It's been leaking 10 or 20 years, and real bad. And the steeple, the bell tower that used to be on the top there, was about 30 feet taller in the old photos, but they removed that probably 5 years ago or something. And at least I heard that a lot of the tall windows, that the glass was saved like a year or two ago by like a restore salvage kind of place. So at least there's something that's gonna be kept from it. But I've been inside, and it's got a solid, angled iron, steel roof structure underneath of everything else. And then they're taking that out right now, scrapping. But yeah, it's really nauseating, disgusting that it's possible for this to happen, where the family that had the title sold it, and turned out that really quickly the developers showed no interest in trying to actually save it. It needed rehab work inside, but nothing was actually wrong with it. It could have had the windows put in and the windows sealed. Anyone that had the money to work on it. But apparently, if you want a street front property here in this area to convert for a condo or something, or apartments, they're probably hoping they get $5 million profit off of it or something. But to me, everything that's being destroyed is irreplaceable. So it's the last old building from the turn of the century. This whole area here, this is near West Side neighborhood, I think it's called. And if you go 3 blocks to the west, there's acres of blocks, the city, that have all been flattened probably since the 50s or 60s. I'm not sure when they emptied it out. And then, behind me, the same thing. They call it a park, but it's just full of tire tracks and junk, a little bit of grass, but everything's been emptied out for the last I don't know, at least 30-40 years, I'd say. So this here, this building here was the last thing standing in this neighborhood. And obviously you couldn't reuse it for a church necessarily, because there's not much of a community around here. But there's 20 or 30 different uses that could have been used. The city council meetings and everything, where the Chicago Heritage and preservation groups tried to get it landmarked to save or reuse or repurpose or whatever. They tried for probably 2 years in court, and the developer is a billionaire. I'm not going to share his name, and apparently that's, not something that he cares about. It's people. So it's their last look at it, I guess.